Hey, good morning, everyone. Coach Rocky Ventura here, following up with another lesson on mindset. And it's been an interesting journey so far, learning about mindset. And what we learned about it is that what we think about, what our mind is set on, is really going to impact our results. Think of it like cooking. When you're in the kitchen, you're focused on making this really good tacos, right? You want to eat some tacos and you want them to taste really, really good. And depending on how much spice you put, how long you cook it, right? And then making the tortillas, everything, it's going to impact the way that it comes out at the end. You have to give it some thought in how you want it to end up. And that thought process is going to drive the result. And so I love Henry Ford's quote. He's quoted as saying, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And I love that because he's really saying mindset. We're talking about mindset, right? What we're thinking about. And if you're telling yourself you can't do, if that's the first sentence that comes out of your mouth, well, I can't. Well, I believe you. And that's why Henry Ford probably took that easy approach. Yep, you're right. But if you say you can, well, hey, that's the starting ground, right? You need a platform to start on. So what are the first words coming out of your mouth when you think of a goal? You can or you can't. Henry Ford would say, you're right. Hey, we talked about yesterday, we went into personal development. We started our mindset topic with personal development. And in this area, we talked about three areas: spiritual, physical, and mental. In the spiritual aspect, we mentioned how that really is what you drive inside. And what I didn't mention yesterday is what you can gain from your spiritual aspect is a sense of purpose, a sense of direction. Your creativity comes from this area, and your inspiration also comes from this area. So when you focus on your spiritual sense, when you give a time to meditate, prayer, you really can gain a lot of these visionary thoughts on where you want to go, and help set the pace for your mindset. Okay, well, then we moved on to physical. Now, physical was important because physical is the vehicle that you use to get to that location you want to go to. Physical is the vehicle. And just like any vehicle, you have to have it maintenance, right? You have to make sure you're doing your yearly, annual, weekly maintenance to make sure that your vehicle's primed and ready to go, because by doing the maintenance, that's going to determine the distance that you can go, the timing that you can go, the speed at which you can go. You taking care of the basic maintenance is going to help you get there. And so understand physical is absolutely important. And then the last aspect we focused on in personal development was the area of your mental, your actual mind. What are you feeding in your mind? Now, what we draw from this is the actual strategy plans that we come up with. So we have our inspiration, our vision, our thoughts, our creativity, driven by our physical, how we use to get there, which is our bodies. That's the means we get there. But the strategy is like, okay, I'm in a vehicle. I have a vision to go to the beach. Now the mindset is going to say, well, I'm going to take this route, right? Because this route is the fastest, or, so if you think of it like that, all those three are connected, right? The mind, the vision, which is the spiritual, where you're getting that from, and then the vehicle you use to get it. So today, I want to talk to you about communication. And in the area of communication, hey, I got a whole class of this in the future. Get ready, get excited, because communication is absolutely my favorite topic to talk about. And communication literally influences everything you do in life. I mean, think about it. When we drive, right, you get mad at the person in front of you who don't use those blinkers because they're not communicating right. If they would have communicated right, you might have avoided that fender bender, right? Or you might have been able to make better choices. So the lack of people communicating really impacts us. And so now, turn that around. If you're not communicating, it's impacting other people. And today I just want to help you focus. Remember, we're talking about mindset. I want you to channel your mindset on some three key areas. Now look, there's been studies and so many people write stuff on books, but let me just give you three quick pointers on how you can quickly channel your mindset. These are not the end all be all, but there are some pointers that can help you get started. So number one, communication. When you want to connect with someone, and that is the key, right? You have to connect. It's not one thing to just say, I want to communicate with someone. You have to actually connect on a level that they're being impacted, being influenced by what you're saying. So if you want to connect with them, the number one rule is you got to make it about others. You can't make it about yourself, right? Taking that car analogy, for example, that I used a while ago, the car story. If you're thinking about other people, the blinker's not for you. The blinker's for the safety of that mom in the back, the other vehicle there that has a mom and a child's in the back seat. The kids are in the back seat, right? The elderly person in the back seat. The blinker is not for you. And if you choose not to use the blinker, you're saying, I don't value other people's safety enough. And think about that. That's pretty impacting, right? Yeah, I know I'm targeting some people now. So hey, I'm Rocky. I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve. Don't get mad at me. I'm just trying to pass a message, okay? So if you want to connect with people, you have to put other people first, and you do that by realizing where they're at, what's going on with them. Are they grouchy? Are they sad? Are they angry? Are they mad? And you kind of adjust to that, right? You don't respond to that in a sense that you feel victimized, but you adjust to that so that you can make a great experience for that connection. All right, here's number 2 real quickly. Connection has to go beyond words. I mean, you have to take it farther than words, right? I'm just communicating now. Hear this. Connection goes beyond words. It doesn't work, does it? See my facial expression, see my hand movement, see my joy. I'm telling you, connection has to go beyond words. You can't just say something. You have to say something, right? And that's part of connecting. You have to use your voice, the tone in which you're saying it. So not just your voice, but the tone and your body language, your movement. All of that creates an experience of connecting. So for those of you in a customer service job, trying to get better at your job and you want to get the next promotion, let's start with the small things first. Are you connecting? Are you connecting with your boss? Are you connecting with your peers? Hey, are you connecting with your family, right? You go out and tell your family you love you, I love you. But does your body language say that? Do your words say that? And here's the one. Number 3, and again, there's so many, and I love this topic, and this is why I'm going to create its own lesson plan on this later on. But the last one, energy. All right, everything is energy in life, right? We have energy and we have matter, and life is comprised. The universe is comprised of energy and matter, physical things. Energy is what's inside, what's coming out of us, what we're showing. Yes, as you're already thinking when I said the first one, that connecting is about other people, right? Connecting is about other people, and connecting goes beyond words. Just by saying those 2 examples alone, you got to be thinking in your head, oh, brother, this is going to take a long time. And yes, it will take a long time. It requires energy. But again, we're having the mindset that what we think about, what we become, right? So if we're already saying, oh, brother, this is going to take a long time, right? We're already setting ourselves up for failure. So think about it. Yes, it does require energy, but that's what it's going to take if you want to communicate better, if you want to connect with someone. And I'm telling you, communication, if you can get this one piece down, you will be set up. Their Harvard Business Review wrote a paper on this, and they said that this is rated the number 1 talent that a person can have that will guarantee promotion. Imagine that. Harvard Business said this is the number 1 factor for a skill set for a person to have in order to achieve promotion. And if you want to get promoted, if you want to get better in life, if you want good things to come about you, if you want a better family, you want to relate better to your son, daughter, brother, sister, mother, father, work, boss. If you want things to improve, you have to get better at connecting. Hey, well, this concludes the communication piece. Again, these are just short segments. They're not meant to be the full topic. I will go through all of these, the personal development, the communication. I will do breakdown classes here later on in the future. I really hope that you continue following me. And what's coming up next is we will be talking on mindset. Are you minding your leadership and your influence? How are you leading other people? And yes, whether you believe it or not, you are always leading someone, even if that's yourself. And then the last one we'll close it out with is how are we serving, right? Or how are we serving? Are we being mindful of serving? Again, this whole topic is geared towards us being better, getting more things through how we're living, okay? I appreciate your support. Hey, I have a YouTube channel that I started. I post this on YouTube. You can go on there and like it and maybe even subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. But thank you. If you got any ideas, comments, please post them. I'd like to hear your thoughts. And if you have any topics you'd like me to talk about, I'd love to do that too. I'm ready to unravel all this stuff, and I'm super excited. So thank you for following me. You take care. God bless.